Alright, good morning everybody. Back here, Horizon Zero Dawn again. Knocking it out. Not a ton. I'm really enjoying this game. I knew it would be good, unfortunately it had come out at a time where there were so many good games at that moment that it took my attention away, so I wish I'd played it all the way straight through, and depending on how it goes, how much longer it is, I may replay it from the beginning. From very hard to the. I don't know if I don't know if you can do like a New Game Plus mode, where you get to keep your levels and stuff. If so, we can run it from very hard from the beginning. But the way they have them, it's really. What is that? Way over there. The way they have them set up is. They have the difficulty. It's very hard. It is extremely difficult, and the problem is that it's not. It seems the difference between hard and very hard is that they just add a whole shit ton of health to the enemies. So if you understand their patterns and everything, it's not that any more difficult. It just takes a lot longer, especially with the big guys. To the point where it's not difficult, you're just kind of sitting back and wailing away on them, you know, going through resources, just trying to get enough damage on them. But we'll see. The regular enemies definitely picks it up on very hard, so that's good. Alright, so what were we doing now? Oh, that's right, we were gonna do this right here. This is the guy that wants me to check out a ancient relic cache he found. And he's shady. He's just straight up shady. He asks a lot of questions about my staff and how it works. Of course, we didn't explain it to him, luckily, but he wants us to go up there and get this and bring it down and split the proceeds. But I don't think that's what's gonna happen at all. I think that it's gonna be a trap, and I think they're gonna try to get my staff, and that's what it's all about. So it looks like you're supposed to go in this way, but I'm gonna try to come from this direction because it looks like right here there's a road. You see that little road there? I'm gonna see if it's easier to get into that way. I am right next to a whole bunch of enemies, aren't I? Die. What do I need? Let's check that first. I'm good. I'm pretty much everything. It's a good looking game. I wish they'd put this on PC so I could run it at 60 frames a second. Alright, let's just go for it. Whoa. What the hell are you? Seriously, what are you? Just gonna big ass turret? Or is it one of those big walking things? But no, even this is bigger than one of those big walking things I've been fighting. At least 2 or 3 times the size, 2.5. Really pretty area though. What's that blue glowing over there? Is that the sawtooth making them blue glow? Yeah, it's gotta be. Scrappers. Alright, well. Oh, one thing I didn't check is 8, 9, okay. So I do have enough to make all that, right? Yeah, I could use some more fatty meat though, which Luckily, there's a boar right there, but it's right next to all that stuff. Nah, I think he got away.
Grab this now.
My control stick was actually sticking forward. I don't really feel like taking them on at the moment. May not have a choice though, huh? Nah, whatever, let's just go.
Keep quiet now.
Alright, right here. Hello. Oh, come on. Get your ass there. I kind of wanted to fight this in the daytime anyways. Yep, I was right. This is a good way to get in. Be kind of cool. I'm thinking about having this as a place as a kid, like a fort as a kid. That would just be freaking awesome. Like, who builds tight ropes? Is that really the easiest thing to build? It's the easiest thing to get across, that's for sure. You guys ever tried walking on tight ropes? It's freaking difficult. They don't stay straight like that. If they did, it'd be much easier. But they droop where you're standing. And they wobble left and right. They get very difficult to stand on. Even professional tightrope walkers have trouble. Pretty cool area. Alright. I just want to see. I know this is the wrong way, but I want to see up here. This would be one awesome fort. Seriously, can you think about this, having this as a kid? Wow. It's beautiful. I think it's time for... Oh, no, no, no! I'm dead. Shit. So I think it's time for a screenshot. Yeah. Damn it. So many boar here. Is that blue? No. You know, boars are right here. Not in my direction I'm going, okay. Still want to know what that thing is. It's huge. Alright. Hopefully it'll be day, it'll be a nice view when we get up there with the sunrise. Alright, it's going pretty quick. You can see it right there. Is that how fast it goes? There we go. Oh, that's pretty. It's interesting watching the dynamic lighting system work like that. It turns a little bit reddish, like it normally does. If you guys are understanding why sunrise and sunsets are more red, it is actually because of light itself. See, the sunrise is and sunsets are real low on the horizon, alright? So that light has to go through more of the atmosphere to reach you. And red is the longest wavelength. So when going through all that atmosphere, it pretty much filters out all of the really high energy ones like blues and purples. Well, maybe not purple, but you know, like the really, really high energy light, and the low ones get through. That's why most of it's red and orange, which is pretty cool. Is it gonna go quicker? No? Alright. Well, we can just do a quick photo mode. Whoop. Now do it. Alright, it's time of day. Where is that? There you are. That's too much. Wow. It's interesting how fast I went. But bam. Nah, we don't need that build. Build a view though. It's hard to see with that. No. What the hell was that? Body pose. Oh, cool. I didn't see that before. That's a little better. Still too dark in the bottom though. Curious. That's so cool. I didn't think they did that. That is really cool. I haven't seen another game do that. Dreamer, reflection, stargaze. It's actually really cool. This one I did see. This seemed pretty cool. Alright, we need something with brightness. Wish we had contrast. I mean, overexposure is similar, but it's not the look. I don't like that look. It's not the look I want. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. I'm just curious. Does this go all the way around? It would seem that it does. Hold on. Okay. Just to exit. Maybe that's the way we'll be running to get out of here after they try to, you know, for their trap, because you know they're gonna try to trap me. They want my stick. What can I say? Send out the magic stick. Probably song probably too old for most of you. Really? There's no other way? I jumped across, and yeah, I guess maybe there is another way. Alright, we'll do it. Yeah, this is a perfect place for a trap. Beautiful place though. Again, I swear, if I had a place like this when I was growing up, it's an awesome world they live in. No real place we can go up here, is there? Oh, okay, there's some holes. Why would they have put that bridge there if they didn't want us to go up? Here we go. You want to get up that? Please? Thank you. That's not the one I was looking at, but okay. Oh, there. Hey guys, actually I need to got someone at the door. Give me 1 second, okay? Put it like this so you can see the whole map at least. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so where are we? Did I just get up here? Okay, so oh, just another way to get there. Pretty tree. Seriously, love to make a fort up here. I don't know why I'm thinking about 14 kids and stuff, but I woke up this morning, went for a motorcycle ride. Not that long, but something about accelerating that fast, it wakes you up for sure. I have a CBR 600RR. And it's built up for track, actually. Different gearing, custom pipes, stuff like that. Where am I supposed to go from here? That way? Maybe? Oh god. That wasn't good. Damn it. Alright. Still not sure where the hell I'm supposed to go after I get to this middle pad. Like I would think there, right? But I can't get up to that. There's nothing to hold on to. It'd be nice if this showed holds as well, but maybe not. It's pretty rare that I can't figure out where to go. Okay, wrong direction. Nope. Damn you. We want to go that direction, really, but there's supposed to be a trail up there, right? Yeah, right where I'm looking. Maybe I wasn't supposed to come from this direction. But why have all this here then? All the holds and special walkways. That's the way I came in. Nothing there.
Light out soon.
It is light out. No, oh shit, but the light's making it really hard for me to see. As you can tell. Can I get across this somehow? No way. Really? No shit. Nice. Really? Cool. I didn't think I'd be able to get up that. Alright. Birds. I don't know how those boars got up here. is that? Some kind of plane, maybe? Part of one? You know, I might be able to get across that. Let's go see, just for the hell of it. I will admit the side missions that they've been giving are really good. Like, they don't seem like side missions. Like, at all. Don't you go down the hill. Single-handedly taking all the poor population from this island. Not cool, huh? You want turkey? Alright. This is, yeah, this had been a wing? Yeah, it's like a wing strut. Those are flaps, looks like. These are the ailerons. This is an old plane here, like a... Doesn't actually go across though, does it? It's part of the fuselage right there. No, these are the flaps right here. These are the flaps. These might... No. I guess they can work as both. Some planes have where they can work as flaps and ailerons, however, they are split. Like ailerons would be. Nothing, not a plane I know of. Nice. Be cool if they hid a secret in here or something. Like, what developer, they made this on purpose, you know, thinking we might come in here and check it out. I think this is the back. Surprisingly, you even got to stay on the mountaintop. That's just crazy. Where's the other wing? That's one hell of a wing right there. What is that? 40 meters? One, two, three. Oh, 30. 30 to 35 meters. So, between 60 and 70 meters wingspan. About 80 total. It's a big plane. 80 wingtip to wingtip. Ripped it right off. Is there another one over here? Alright, I have to go there. There? Okay, which way am I looking right? Okay, I don't know why. It tells me that I'm looking west right now. That's not where I put the frickin' flag. Okay, I put it over there. South of me. That way. Why is it telling me the flag's over there? I hate when it does a crap like that. Oh, now it's over here. The flag wasn't that way. Okay, the flag's supposed to stay where I put the flag. Okay, how about we just do this? There we go. I didn't want directions to the flag, I just want to put the flag there. There we go, I need that. It's a big 19% each, that's pretty big. Dude, this would be an awesome place for like a lookout base. I may not be able to get there from where I am. So it is down there? It looks like it's on top, doesn't it? It looks like it's... Alright, let's go over here. And see if I can get to it better. I'm getting there.
Ouch.
Do you hear the echo? I'm not gonna be able to get down from here, am I? Ah, we can try real carefully. Nice. There's climbing area there. Why is there a climbing area here? Can I get to that?
Dusk Mesa. Now I need to find some place too high to reach, if I'm to believe anything Fernand said.
There. The box. Somebody's been up here, obviously.
What do you know? And it's empty.
Spear girl!
Told ya.
Of course.
You found it. The perfect location for an ambush.
Told ya.
Now throw down that magnificent spear and we'll let you live.
You've obviously heard of me. You know what I'm capable of. Why do you think this will turn out well for you?
I like the odds. Get her.
Why do I bother?
Damn it. Let's probably get down. It's not what I...
Don't let up! I can kill you from right here.
You're dead first, dude. Just so you know, you didn't make it.
The sun demands it. For Meridian.
There we go. Any more?
That's the last of them.
Okay.
But Fernand ran off.
What?
Straight to the Meridian docks, I'll bet.
I thought I killed him. He looked just like him, the guy I killed over there. Beautiful area. Like I couldn't be able to see these guys coming kind of deal, you know? I mean, he let himself know just by... Actually, let's hit that first. Just by asking questions about the spear. Those bombs came in really handy. Like, those were awesome. That's a new weapon I just got. Yeah, those are on 9%. The small little red ones are like 19. Let's see what this guy has. This is just right there. Now I do need a rope caster, a snap maw heart. We're gonna create a job for that. Snap maw. Did I ever get I didn't get this one? Oh, I didn't have luminous braiding. I'll buy that. What the fire one? Yeah, we got the fire one, obviously. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we got all the heavy and the major armor. So I don't care about the arrows. Like, it's pretty rare we're only being fought just with arrows. Although, when I do get hit, they take a pretty heavy hit. Pretty good walk. Stalker, merchant, nothing I really need. Could unlock that. A tip: if you want your ride to come faster, look away from where it's going to come from. It'll come faster. If you're looking at the totally wrecked him. I got him? Oh, okay. Wow, that was nice. I almost had 3 headshots there. We don't do bandits.
Forget about traveling light.
What do you have? Oh, sorry, it helped. Was I going the wrong way? Yeah, I think I was. Alright. They clear the force clearing enough? It's just horrible. Oh, it was on that side anyways, damn it. I already did take care of this, yeah. I took care of that area. Alright, well. I guess we need to go north. So, this way. Uh-oh.
Killing machine that disappears into thin air.
Yep, don't want to fight that.
Don't let your guard down.
Never do. God, that thing is awesome.
Buy what you need, leave the rest. Come take a look. I'll give you a good price. Come take a look.
The Sun King's grown too soft. Too much Oseram influence.
Oh no.
It was Dervahl.
Oh, god damn it, you
Tried
people.
to kill the Sun King.
Where'd he go?
Let me in! By fire and
Oh, Fernand. Our deal is off.
Oh, it's you. How about a new deal? You could just cut off my finger, or my hand, or my left arm, but that's my final offer.
Tempting, but I want you to spread the word to all your crooked friends. Me and my spear are off limits from now on.
I can do that. What should I tell them?
Tell them how you barely escaped with your life. Get creative. You're good at that. I don't want to have to come find you again.
Understood. You won't hear from any of us ever again.
I'd better not.
I thought I killed him. I swear I killed a guy that looked just like him. There. Alright, so that was that side mission. Alright, so... I'd love to get the rest of those power cells, but... I think it has something to do with some of these missions. Since they're lower level. Where are you? Oh, you're way up there. But it says... It's got a check mark on it. Talk to Nil. Oh, near the... I didn't actually finish it because of that. Damn it. Alright, let's turn that in real quick. No, I didn't know that. Better the rope caster, less ropes you need to pull a guy down. I didn't know that. Of course, I don't really use them, so. However, I probably should. On the big ones, really big ones, very helpful. I hate when they do this. Put you right next to. Oh, shit. Put you right next to a bunch of enemies. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Drop my cap. Alright. Allergies suck. They took down the bridge? Okay. That's kind of pretty and horrible at the same time. I don't know, what do you guys think does better sunsets? Witcher 3 or Horizon Zero Dawn? That's pretty hard. Alright, who do I have to talk to? Where is Nil? Did I pass her? Ah, she's up there. That's gorgeous. I actually might say this. They're a little too red on Witcher 3.
Feels good, doesn't it? Hold it inside you one last breath, then let it out.
Ugh. I didn't find your partner.
They killed him. I hardly feel surprised. He was already getting cocky when we carved through the last bandit camp. I thought he and I were agreed. Only enjoy the killing as much as the challenge. No great loss. Nothing in the wilds I can't handle, just me and the voice of our teeth here.
Your bow has a name?
Yours doesn't?
You're not just a traveler. That armor was fitted for you, and the way you hold your bow.
I said a concerned traveler. I was a soldier, but I was a soldier longer than there was a war, if you follow. Where the arrowhead passes between armor and skin, that's the place I belong. So I make opportunities to find it. It's like coming home.
Have you ever thought about hunting machines?
Oh, they don't get that look in their eyes.
Alright.
Did bandits wrong you somehow?
They wrong us all. They live filthy lives, so they have to die that way too.
So you hunt them down to help others?
No.
Oh no. For sport. I can't wait for wars anymore. Life's too short and the thrill of death too sharp. If you kill a tribesman, there'll be retribution. Hunt a boar, they complain if you waste the meat. But bandits, they're vicious. They always put up a fight, and no one cares if you kill them.
Well, I can't say. I understand in the world they live in. I can't say I disagree with them. I mean, I'm sure some of those bandits have families too, but they probably should have chosen a better way than to prey on others, so...
I guess you're doing the right thing for the wrong reason.
I'm doing what I love. And what could be wrong with that?
We're done here.
Here? I'm afraid so. But we live in a world of ruins, and bandits are drawn to them like infection to a wound. You wouldn't let that infection set in, would you? I'm sure we'll meet again.
Maybe. If it can't be helped.
If we pass each other by, we'll know it by our work.
Sorry, this is that's definitely a photo mode right here. Okay, that's too much. Can we reset? Yeah, she might be one of the sitting ones if she's sitting on the edge there. Let's try that. She's looking the wrong way. Damn it. Sorry if this bores you guys, but you know. I need field of view. Actually gonna work out just fine right there, I think. Oh. I still think bottom left. Well, bottom right's not bad. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. So we did that. Oh, I forgot about raccoons. You know, I've tried to return this guy his ring so many freaking times, it's just bugged. I wonder if it fixed it with any of the updates. Alright, time to do that main quest, I think. Yeah. Oh, we're not far from it anyways. I think we can probably just run that. I'd like to get this thing. I don't know how I did the Vantage and didn't do that. Oh, I got a charger this time. Nice. Is that just because it's in the area, or what? Oh, it's so pretty. I prefer a charger anyways. Or those ram horn ones, whatever they are. Look at all these satellites. Look at this huge array here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this area to my left? It's like they're all on the, yeah, right here. You actually see them on the map. That's cool. Great. And we get quite a few enemies here. Hopefully they're just gonna ignore me. Yeah, there we go. That's all I needed. Alright. Get down there. So this next quest is the big one that I've been holding off on. Come on. I'm cool. Just leave me alone. You good? I'm not fighting you right now. God, there's so many around here. Come on, leave me alone. Those things reach really freaking far. I can't go any faster. It doesn't run that fast, but at least they can attack. Actually, I might have preferred a Strider in this instance.
Every time I glance up at the Citadel, I remember.
Alright. Actually, let's go ahead and do a quick save.
Can we even call ourselves?
I like that you can continue moving even though you're saving. You can't see the screen, but you can still move.
You'll regret not
First we
stopping when
lost
you're in the
Lufid,
thick of
and
it.
now we've lost Itaman. Is there no one left?
Alright, I gotta make sure I got enough. 8 there, 9 there. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, it's this
Remember your
way.
place, stranger.
I don't like how they do this too much red here. I always do that.
How are we going to hold it together without a Sun King? Who will we rally?
I have to go down. That's on that end. Yeah, through here. And this is the where we took helped take away the king,
It makes
really
me
a
homesick.
kid, and his mother. We helped get them to safety a minute ago.
Have a better one.
I'll come back later. That
There
woman
we
said
go.
to meet her at a green tent down in the camp. Might be worth a visit.
What? I did that. I did do that. Okay, I don't need that again. Shit! Why did it do the same thing as it did last time? I wanted to try going across there, but I guess actually it does go up. You know, screw it. I start from save. I want to be able to jump across it because that's the second or third time I've fallen there.
Every time I glance up at the Citadel, I remember that Itaman's gone. What are the Kaja without a Sun King? Can we even call ourselves Kaja? These aren't goods. They're
It's been hard lately.
These aren't good, they're necessities.
a bit of advice, Outlander. We're at war. You're either useful or you're in our way.
Alright.
Sun King whisked off to Meridian. I'll bet he's eating.
I'll come back later. That woman said to meet her at a green tent down in the camp. Might be worth a visit.
Oh, come on, those are jumping things. Why can't I get across it? Maybe it's from the other direction? Yeah. Sure is. It's not meant to go down. That's bad. It's not good design. How else do they plan us to get there? Oh well. I just hate losing that much health over it. Alright, here we go.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I understand.
It was pressurized.
Too bad now
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Alright, so it just came in from... I didn't even get to see any of this area. Whatever. I shall see it on the way out.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich was another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example. Security staff who can subdue and raise embryologists, for example, okay? And thermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. It seems, didn't seem like there's too much to ask. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. Delaying bots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. Okay. So they're ignoring them completely. That's fucked up. This one's doing this really important work.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
This is where they freezing people? For the 5th time, please restart the lounge selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond, and this time no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Why won't they give them their support that they've requested? Do they not have the funding they need? I mean, shit. Look how much money was put into this. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Why would they be screaming? Do they know the world's about to die, or is that?
The purpose of your visit.
All right, let's get on with it.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Oh shit.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it. Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
So yeah, I was doing stuff. 1 second. All right.
Look alive. Don't... Only a little blood.
We're too close to our tribal prick to stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
Actually went really well.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Harris said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
You're not going
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Nobody said anything about a ship. Only him. Oh, was this just to hide from them? Pretty much. Alright. Let's look at the other side then. Go up. You see that? Go. Thank you.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them?
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
His character, isn't he?
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
That's the problem, I guess. I got some really good voice acting. Oh, it's crouching. Anything in here that I haven't gotten? What that one? I missed that. These two. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It's important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for several mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the feral plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus swarm, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security and personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should be only cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted.
With Suzanne Alpert.
Oops.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I hate that does
That's
that.
not even the odds.
I don't think I'll need it, but you never know.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek. You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this.
How you doing, honey?
For life. For us. Why Hades, then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the Archive of Knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Where's the... There it is. Through the floor. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. Wow. And your communications with the family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of your project, you and your immediate family for 2 persons of your choosing will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out your remainder of your natural lives. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible. You will not be permitted to contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. Jeez. Fucking serious, huh? Huh. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate the objections as normal, even abnormal responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that, while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings toward greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of a 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against his or her will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision is data corrupted. Alright. Yeah, let's put this shit down. We don't really need that.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that well, I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves they weren't cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years. I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words. I'm sorry. Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over. I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Jeez.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection.
Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my old man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobeck is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Alert. Medical wing inaccessible.
Anything over here? Stranded shackles. Is this the detainee cell? Surely not. Alright, nothing else here. We went through this. Alright, now to see what's up here.
Looks with me.
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you...
Now you see why I brought it.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Just want the person. Come on. Damn you.
Try me now.
Alright, put you over there. Put you over here. Alright. I like knowing all the story stuff.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
I like that, dude. A little crazy, but...
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake. I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Yeah, well, it's not for everybody. So, okay, that's supposed to go down that way. Anything else? Closed off. Alright. Now, we take one. That one has 27. 45. Yeah, we're gonna take it just because there's gonna be more. And they all had heavy weapons.
Here we go. Another one of these. There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Alright. Look at this real quick.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Alright. Yeah, I can't do anything about this piece. There we go. Alright. What's down there?
Done. I should check the door nearby.
What about the door behind me? I want to check that real quick. Sometimes it opens up doors behind you that you wouldn't have thought. No. Alright, had to check anyways.
Found one. Looks intact.
I knew there was a place up here. I knew it.
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Up, left, down. No, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to move away. Up, left, down, right, up. Up, left, down, right, up. That's... Why isn't it doing it? Is it upside down? It looks like it's upside down. It is. Varro. Okay, so we'll do it that way then. Let's try that. Down, left, up. Right, down.
That did it.
There we go.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Oh, he dropped a gun.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Gun's gone.
Come on, man.
Holy shit.
The sun can't save you now. Show them!
Whoa. Those guys are serious. I need that elite. I'm getting headshot after headshot. Nice.
Or not.
Take cover!
room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I could have opened that door, couldn't I?
Use for you.
I could have opened the fucking door and gotten this weapon. That would have been nice. I'll leave it here. What's the death bringer? Oh, I like this one better anyways. So can we get up from this area or no?
Alert. Structural failure prevents access. Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith.
Not too much already.
Encoded in software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Somebody probably changed it. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus. Hephaestus? I don't know how she pronounced it. Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult with Amide Akilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan.
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional. They feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from fossil record too. References to megafauna and some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Kinda why she makes somewhat similar to dinosaurs. Can I go up there? I don't think I can make it up that. Anyways, alright, let's see what's the next room. Oh, that's where we were going anyways.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More Eclipse.
Careful now.
Alright. If I can get in through this. No. Nope. The first guy I want to get rid of is the one with that big gun. Where is he? That guy.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense.
Latest? How about the fact we exist
We will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives
I hate when they do this. They're trying to talk when they're listening to this crap.
simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Alright. Real quick, we'll look at this, and then we'll go. And the winner is Encapsulated DNA! Over the past 10 years, I've performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that Eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in allocated space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40+ zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as designs and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at -18 degrees C for 1,000+ years. So long as I assure you that it doesn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed. Propitious that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just erotic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you. Alright, so now the fun begins. Did not bring a gun. Let's see if we can do some of this kind of quietly. You next. Can I see you? No. Oh. Shit. Ooh, that was close. There we go. Does he go down the other way? Oh, here he is.
Eyes on me, brothers.
Here we go.
Shit, did he call it? The other guys hear him? No. One shot's not gonna take this guy down. Not even a headshot.
That's the last of them.
Nice.
Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders.
That was clean. Alright.
Welcome to Apollo.
Oh gosh. Shut up. This really is like a freaking maze. Do I have a map in here? I do. Okay. Came from there. Did a walkway up here.
Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. A spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial.
Yeah, I don't think it's that great.
All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying. And you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazzle, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citrium run off than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, brightening folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, and some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. Stop by if you ever want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see or hear. Rather, in the screech of that rends the air and feel and the throbbing pulses of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was John trapped in the gold of gothic deathmatch. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up my stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah. I don't think so. Stay cool. Trav. I like how they even color the way he types, the way he talks. Alright, Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative figures off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So we had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control in simulation after simulation. Hades would take command of the terraforming system reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulating plant life. Turns out, the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work his magic. Those blues are coming on pretty strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong, so guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators. I do like the writing in this game. Alright, one more real quick. Mr. Tate. This mail concerns Apollo Archive submission, blah blah blah, and your 666 submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings, inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just 1, but all 16 installments of making a millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself. The definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance. I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Ooh. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work? We have a world to save after all, or the rest of us do anyway. Jeez. Yeah, you might want to keep some of the dark stuff out. Might not be too good. Alright guys, give me a few minutes, we'll take a quick break. Back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Zero Dawn Project Facility. Aloy. Alright, be right back, guys. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. So let's get into her office.
Looks like the only way onwards.
How was that? These are guns.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Raleigh Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give for Zenith trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have the embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, human colony around Cirrus doesn't seem so quite impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours and then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. Alright. So these are them, huh? Where children are grown, pretty much.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Development of the artificial persona for cradle servitors. Nurture, disciplinarian, healer, continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing Point 4 for these constructs. This should allow for low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother's persona intervened on disciplinarian servitor behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing at first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just data corrupted.
Can't carry more.
Cradle sealed. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good for our maiden voyage a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is a margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk, in addition to my personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namili, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. Alright, anything else? No, let's get up.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
Oh, Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
No, go left. Thank you. Is there anywhere else I can go? A lot of times you can go up still. Nope.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
I wonder if somebody used that switch, or if it was created at all.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Nuts would benefit from antilopenate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I have gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet...
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience A grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. This is very good.
It was as real as you want them to be. Real feelings.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
All things are possible. Is this her office?
I can't spare the weight.
What did it leave? Odyssey has failed. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of Zygotes and Seas, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope we have for continuation of the human species of earthly life. We must succeed. So they try to put something in space as well. They use antimatter. Man, that explosion must have been huge. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs, more than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We've lost the whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But now, not like this. Not on our watch. Ronson.
The Alpha Register master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. to you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Great.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature, joined
to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place. Exactly where it belongs.
Pussy.
The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Sins of innocence for no gain. It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, if I wish to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
One sick fucker.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die! Let her be the first of thousands!
Gonna give me a weapon?
My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
Alright, there's a door here, right?
Gotta get out of the way. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down.
Yeah.
He's coming. That did it.
Oh!
One more pillar
Come on.
Come down. And my weapon's weak. I should try luring the behemoth into the pillars. That makes a mess. Getting ready to charge.
Damn it. I can't believe it goes right through it. Yeah, that didn't take long.
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
Trying to get my... Not that. Damn it. There we go.
Freeze canister on his chest. Quiet on his shit. Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with his lift attacks. That canister on its belly. Looks important.
What are you gonna do, man? Good luck.
Silence!
Those little textures didn't pop in.
Shadows. Kill her.
Let's have some fun.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
At least it's good for something. Oh yeah. Although I did want to fight him. Fighting two of those would be damn interesting.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's Sacred Mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans, though of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Focus is still active.
Really, Aloy. It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right.
The lip syncing on him is better than on Aloy. Seriously. Even the, or that dude we were just talking to, his was even better.
I'll be on my way.
Helis, yeah.
To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
With all the stuff he's got in his skin.
Why do I bother asking? You're not going to tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
What about the armor, damn it? Hey, my armor, damn it! Give me my armor! Shadow Stalwart Light.
Getting battered by this wind.
It's the fire, that's the corruption, that's electricity in here. Shadow, the special armor will make a good disguise and steals its wear against blinding effects. Highly customized. It looks cool as hell, but it doesn't do what I need to do. It doesn't protect me against anything. It only has one modification spot. Look at mine. What he does here. Look at that. Does fire, electricity, and regular attacks. This does nothing. Except look really freaking cool. Alright. Whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that hair is a pretty, pretty big feature. Identifying feature, for sure. Alright, so we're only right here? Okay. Quests. Go to All Mother. Wow, all the way other side. Damn, it's a long road. We've gone basically everywhere, but like there's small patches that we haven't. Like if we haven't gone in here, this area, or this area. So this whole area right here we have not done. Well, we've right here, I guess, small area, and then there's some up here. Definitely this area right here. It's fairly large. The edge is here. Edges there, and a couple of small places here and there in the middle, like that, and actually a town that I haven't even been to. But we're gonna knock out these things actually. Wow, level 32, that would be hard. Maybe I should do that. What is this? Low level? I'll probably knock that out on the way there. I haven't done any of the hunting stuff either. Alright, we'll hit this one, I guess. Yeah, I need to get some food, guys.
Trees on fire.
What the? Where? Holy shit. Don't fight him, damn it. Ooh. come on. Why was our corruptor here? Where am I? Like, what was here that made a corruptor be here? Oh, this is that entry. Well, I like fighting corruptors anyways, they're difficult. That wasn't that difficult though, to be quite honest, but I am over leveled. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna hit these advantage and then hit the corruptor zone, which is actually over there. But we're going to go ahead and tag it for today, guys. We'll probably be back a little bit, might be back a little bit later. Go and do a full save here, and we get some food. I appreciate you guys hanging around. Stuff's getting really interesting. I really love the story in this so far. They've done a great job with the voice acting, and the story is not normal. It's not a common story you normally see, so I really do appreciate that in the game. Anyways, hope you guys see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.